Socrates once said that the unexamined life is not worth living. Well, let's strap ourselves into our armchairs and engage in some armchair philosophy, and together, let's make our lives worth living. The topic of the day is AI and art, and these are my current thoughts on the subject. I originally wrote this in maybe 10 or 15 minutes as an impromptu Twitter thread. I've added images for each Twitter post. I put next to zero effort into the images. I merely copy-pasted my tweets directly into the prompt in their entirety. That is not how you prompt AI. This was just an experiment. Current thoughts on AI and art. I try to remember that technology progresses exponentially, increasing the speed of change. When I think about AI, I need to think years, months, or just weeks from now to what it very soon will be. Start by imagining AI 10 times as good as it is now. Already what it can do is absolutely phenomenal. Unbelievable, a sheer technological miracle. We already take it for granted to a degree, and that could be our saving grace. It may be that art is much more just a function of raw intelligence than we thought. And now we humans will inevitably have to compete directly with AI at art. And it's likely that art, like chess and Go, is not mostly about intuition, imagination, feeling, compassion, and so on, but rather raw intelligence, a thing we are now dwarfed at. If AI gets to where it can mimic anyone's art in any style, which it almost can already, it merely means art has been cast away as a unique human achievement, just as playing chess or doing math was. A machine can beat us at that too. Puny human intellect. Eventually, minuscule human intellects. There's talk of subatomic processors. AI will be able to make itself more intelligent. Already, nobody thinks they can compete with their smartphone at math. We accept it. It's hopeless to try. And that's when we go back to liking stuff because it was done by a mere mortal, biological, limited, flawed being. We won't have a chess tournament where AI will destroy us every time. If we don't do that, I can't imagine what will happen to us. What if AI gets so many millions of times smarter than us that it can, through mimicry of having read everything humans ever wrote, write novels far beyond our own capacity? Do we read them? Do we give up on ourselves? I feel a bit like I hear indigenous peoples felt when their cultures and way of life were displaced, and they no longer existed in that framework, became listless, vulnerable to alcoholism, and giving up. Many of us artists are already facing off with AI. It's the opening of Private Ryan. It's a bloodbath, and we're getting slaughtered. We are now in a species-level contest with an alien intelligence. Fact! And on that same species level, we're threatened in a way similar to people who lost their cultures and ways of life to some other paradigm. Only this could be much worse. Oh, you've heard of the Copernican shift, the great paradigm shift where we had to accept that we weren't the center of the universe and the sun didn't revolve around us. This is a bigger paradigm shift. We are no longer the most intelligent thing in the known universe. We've invented something, AI and robotics, that especially when it can take over improving itself, will be superior to us at virtually everything. And then what relevance do we have? Why do we matter in the universe? And that's when we have to come back to art, and the answer is because we matter to each other. Because we're fallible, imperfect, emotional, fragile, violent, and stupid. That's why we are so wonderful. Because we have to fight the perpetual struggle of making decisions, acting in the world, and learning to discipline ourselves, to self-realize. We have an obstacle AI does not. AI starts after the finish line. AI never beat us at playing chess. AI doesn't play it. It comes up with superior answers. Just imagine Boston Dynamics creates a robot not to just do backflips and choreographed dancing like it already does, but to be 25 times better than Henry Aaron and Babe Ruth on steroids. That slugger robot isn't playing baseball. Baseball is played with the limitation of human bodies. The challenge isn't for a machine to hit a ball out of the park. This is the reason motorcycles can't enter foot races. It's not just about who can go faster, but as a human. And so in the same way, we aren't expected to compete with a motorcycle at the 40-yard dash. We shouldn't be expected to compete with AI at art. What is the last thing we could do to separate ourselves from an alien superintelligence? I think it would have to be art, which is our most profound and intimate attempt to communicate to each other what it is like and means to be human and why it is valuable. We've lost the battle of intelligence. That's a species-wide philosophical problem that has to do with our self-preservation. Not only have we lost that we were the most intelligent thing, we've lost that our intelligence was special. There is some possibility for enlightenment here, probably in the literal sense. There's an obliteration of our normal boundaries of reality, because we used to be the measure of the envelope that contained it. Some minds might expand out into newly opened vistas. We're forced to reevaluate what it means to be human, to have a life. When we are not at the top of the food chain, our role isn't to lord over it anymore. We're another animal in the factory farm in terms of absolute relevance. My own choice at the moment is to go on almost as if there weren't AI, but in a good way, not denial. It makes me want to rely more purely only on myself, just to experiment at very least how the purely human compares to AI. What if I work only from my imagination and only with my own skills? In my case, drawing and elementary Photoshop are bare bones skills. No AI, uploading other people's sculpts a la Beeple, no references, nothing but my own imagination. It's an attempt to take human art in a more human, as compared to artificial, direction. A lot of human art has recently been about copying, Jeff Koons' balloon dog, etc. AI is the god of mimicry. To be different, I want to go more personal. Something that reflects my unique humanity, experience, limitation, flaws, and vulnerabilities. Even if AI can copy and improve upon my own art, I still grew as an artist in a uniquely human way. We can't beat AI, but we can be better because of it.
Here's a song that was beautiful when performed by my ancestor Art. Are you going to Scarborough Fair?
Parsley, sage, rosemary, and thyme.